push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Hall again on second down. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And check down complete to Hall. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. To throw again on second down. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9 now from the 21. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Here's Fields. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Robert Quinn drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Here comes Pettis on the return. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Here's Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Hall to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. After 1, 7-0. On EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Jets at 4-6 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Off play action, Fields.
Jones has it.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
To throw is Fields.
He'll find Jones again, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields.
25 yards to the house.
And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he's going to go down again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. A first scoring update now from Carolina. The Broncos have taken the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Fields going to hold on to it.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he's still got good.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Jermaine Johnson.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. And Here comes Berrios.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 16, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
A 1-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 6.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Come on, set.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Braxton Berrios, 26 yards.
And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Fields.
And he wisely will throw that one away. Defensively, celebration time, because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 30.
What a run there. I mean, you've got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
Fields on first down. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for second down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Being chased out left. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's got it inside the 10.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And some room to work. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 19-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure, and this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they have their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this?
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game. And
yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney
with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, 72 yards. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Zerline good with a PAT. Cut down 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets will take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Trying to find Breece Hall out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Play action. It's Fields.
Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock. Really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Jermaine Johnson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
He's got him in, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Darnell Mooney,
75 yards.
and the Bears are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's going to be pretty tough for them to match their efficiency, Charles, with that last possession, needing only the one play to find the end zone of the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they got that together collectively, didn't they? Total group effort. Although the guy toting the rock, he gets all the credit. It was blocked up so well. The only thing stopping him was running into the goalpost in the back of the end zone.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The Jets on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Kyler Gordon picks it off.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 78 yards on the ground so far for Montgomery. It's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, You don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on third. On third, here's an option play right. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance, if they want, to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And they take a knee.
And they'll indeed take a knee.